All right, Ulysses, thank you. Well, tonight we resume our series looking at a fight for acceptance by those in the LGBTQIA+ community, as we currently are in the middle of Transgender Awareness Week. Now, last night we began with the story of a brave transgender man living in Wicomico County. Tonight, we take a look at the story of the first openly gay person elected to public office in Delaware and share with you his story of acceptance.
When I got elected in 2000, I didn't fully realize that. 20 years later in 2020, I do appreciate it.
Delaware attorney John Brady holds a distinct title. In the first state, he was the first openly gay person to be elected to public office, a title he didn't even realize would be significant until someone else told him.
But it wasn't until I got a phone call from a state news reporter that they say, well, we think this is worthy of an article.
Although the election itself would be a major moment for Delaware, the article was a major moment for Brady. Because although he was openly out to anyone that asked, he had never discussed it with his family.
It was something you really never told your dad. And I really never told him I was gay.
Coming from an Irish Catholic family, Brady had kept his sexual orientation to himself for much of his life, instead focusing first on getting through school and then later building a law career. In fact, he says the first time he truly followed what his heart wanted wasn't until he was almost 40.
It validated what I believed, and I started to become comfortable with it.
So by the time that article was set to come out, Brady was in a way finally set to come out to his dad. Unfortunately, that call home wasn't one that ended with much acceptance.
Dad, the newspaper's going to say I'm gay tomorrow. It's okay. I'm still the same son you've always had.
To which he said,
good night.
As Brady describes it, his family tolerates his sexual orientation, but even tolerance may be too strong a word.
I've had some of my family didn't want me spending time with my nieces or nephews because they thought I corrupt them. There was a holiday party being offered by one of my brothers, and we stopped by there, but they wouldn't let my partner in the house. It was very uncomfortable.
As with his family, in politics, his sexual orientation would also present challenges. For Brady, he wanted to be judged on his ability to get the job done, rather than his sexual orientation. But he says opponents made that difficult, some using pink posters with his name crossed out saying, "Don't vote for the gay guy," or pink postcards saying, "Do you want a gay man on your church's deed?" since if elected, he would have to sign them. How did that make you feel, though, having pink postcards sent out? You know, if somebody
it made me feel like crap. They don't know anything about me except, oh, well, I'm in a relationship with another male, so that means I shouldn't be elected to public office.
In the face of adversity, though, Brady would triumph, even getting an exiting council person to admit that at first he was wrong about him.
He said, John, you said you would come in and run things professionally, and you did. We were afraid you were going to paint the walls pink or purple and start doing things, and you never did.
Since Brady made history, things have changed drastically in terms of LGBTQ+ representation in politics. There have been several LGBTQ+ politicians who have served in Delaware, including the first openly gay mayor in 2011. But in Brady's opinion, it all goes to show that sexual orientation has nothing to do with someone's ability to hold public office. Instead, what it should be about is their commitment to public service.
You lead by example. And as you show that you're concerned, as you show you care, and you get your reputation that you are a person that will deliver what you say, then your sexual orientation disappears.
It's for that reason that Brady says he's hopeful that things will continue to change, so that more people in the LGBTQ+ community can get a chance to do a job and break barriers just like he did.
There will always be a stigma. And the stigma is not going to change in this generation, my generation. The stigma is not going to change until those ones right now, the new generation that's just forming, have seen gay, lesbian, transgendered kids in their high school with them, realize that it's not a big issue.
And And in fact, just recently this election, more history was made in terms of the LGBTQ plus community in politics as Democrat Sarah McBride was elected to the state Senate in Delaware. Once she's sworn in, she will become the first openly transgender state senator in the entire country. Tomorrow night, in our third part of the series, we'll share with you two more stories. This time, we'll take a look at the stories of two married, openly gay men in Delaware who own their own business. As we did last night, we also want to mention that if anyone out there feels like they need someone to talk to, the Trevor Project offers a 24/7 hotline providing crisis intervention and suicide prevention services to lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and questioning LGBTQ young people ages 13 to 24. Their number is 866-488-7386. Also, the Gay, Lesbian, Bisexual, and Transgender National Hotline is available 24/7 at 888-843-4564. And lastly, locally, Salisbury PFLAG is another outlet that you can turn to. Their number, 603-662-7591.